This is my Unit 7 Mixed Methods Research presentation by Terry Williamson for FED 503. Mixed Methods Research. It combines qualitative and quantitative research methods. The purpose: it increases the level of understanding in the research process by combining the methods to intensify data analysis. Through doing this, researchers can increase the success of a research study and how in depth they can analyze specific criteria that they're wanting to further study. There are three types that are commonly used when talking about mixed methods research. The first is qual-quant model. The second is the quan-qual model. And the third is the quan-qual model. Whether the researcher chooses to use the qual-quant model, the quan-qual model, or the quan-qual model, the model that is being used depends upon the level of importance that is placed upon the use of qualitative, quantitative, or the combination of the two, as pointed out by the names qual, quan, as they're used for each of the model types. In the qual-quant model, with the lowercase q for quan, this means that qualitative research has the stronger role in the learning process. In this kind of study, this means that the qualitative research has the stronger role in the learning process, which means that the researcher is focusing more on thoughts, opinions, and other criteria, maybe emotions and general reactions to a particular study, before developing the quantitative research part of it, to be able to get more finite numbers that can support and back up the data of the research. The next is the quan-qual model. With the quan-qual model, the researcher is working towards the goal of analyzing quantitative data first and then leading into the qualitative data of the research, with quantitative research being the stronger role in the learning process. With this kind of a focus, the researcher is gathering statistical data through graphs, charts, and surveys that lead to numbers that help to be the stronger supporting evidence of the research, and then following it with qualitative research that evaluates some of the opinions, emotions, and reactions of the participants in the study. The quan-qual model, with both letters being the capital Q's, is the type of research that has quantitative and qualitative researchers playing an equal role in the learning process, such that the researcher is balancing the study where quantitative and qualitative research neither have a stronger role in the data that they're collecting, but there's balance between the two as they collect their data and present their data in their research. The research process. Within the research process, because the challenge of balancing the use of quantitative and qualitative research exists, the greatest challenge for the researcher then is interpreting the data and analyzing it for the conclusions that they wish to draw. Because of the challenges that would be given from using both quantitative and qualitative data to make a culminating conclusion, the researcher has to carefully state what it is that he or she is trying to conclude from their research. Then what is the researcher's role in all of this becomes one of the main questions with mixed methods research. The researcher must indicate which order the two methods were used, or if they have equal timelines in which they were used during the research process, such that for the people that look at the researcher's study, they'll be able to see which research was actually used, whether it be qualitative or quantitative, a combination of the two, or if one had a stronger role than the other. The researcher's role is to make sure that this is clear for anybody that views their study, reviews the study, reads the study, or wishes to further analyze the researcher's study, or if someone wants to follow up a study to see if they can come up with the same results as the researcher that initiated the first study. Additionally, the researcher must also describe which method had greater priority, as I said before, in order to make sure that anybody viewing their study realizes that there was maybe more qualitative data collected than quantitative, or more quantitative data collected than qualitative. That way, if another study is intended to be done, a researcher can choose to change their research method to see if they can still come up with better results, the same results, or completely different results. My references are listed here on this page. I hope that my presentation helped to break down and explain mixed research methods and how they can be used by researchers, and the importance of a researcher's role if they choose to go this direction for a research project. Thank you.